What does your new book...
Hang on, okay. Yep.
Go. What does your new book, The Man Who Knew Too Much, focus on?
Well, The Man Who Knew Too Much is about the how of the murder. The previous book, The Killer Cop and the Murder of Donald Mackay, was about the who and the why of the murder.
What are these secret files that you think the public should have access to?
The secret files are, well, they're not really secret files. What I'm trying to get from the police is the witness statements for the murder. The witness statements have been kept for 39 years and they've never been used. They've been holding them while all the witnesses die off, and it looks like they're trying to hold them all until all the witnesses are dead.
What grey areas still exist in the murder case that we are still trying to crack?
Well, the only grey area that's left as far as I'm concerned is what happened to the body.
What do you think is the most likely scenario for Donald Mackay's murder, and what happened to his body?
What happened with the murder? Well, it was a very large operation. It wasn't a lone assassin as the conventional theory has it. There were 7 assassins in 2 cars. There was one car which contained 5 occupants, which was the driver, the shooter in the front, and 3 burly men in the back to sort of manhandle the body. And the second car was the car of the controllers, who were the detectives hired by Frank Nugent. That is Fred Cray and Keith Kelly. They were both ex-policemen who'd been in the breaking squad but had left for various reasons.
You have studied it intensely. What fascinates you about the Donald Mackay case?
I started studying it because the murder of Donald Mackay is central to the development of Australia's drugs laws, and that was my main interest in it. I didn't expect to solve the murder, but then I did, and after that I felt like anyone else who was a witness to a murder. I wanted to see justice done.
And anything else you wish to add?
Well, the murder, Don Mackay is murdered by Frank Nugent of the Nugent Hand Bank. Frank Nugent is the Mr. Big of the Australian drug trade, and everyone knows Don Mackay was killed by the Mr. Bigs of the drug trade. Frank Nugent was bigger than anyone else has ever been in the drug trade. He, in fact, was a player in the worldwide drug trade through the Nugent Hand Bank, and that's what Don Mackay was about to discover, or what Don Mackay was learning at the time, and that's why he was murdered. He was murdered because he knew too much.
Thank you.
Now, did that work?
Better have.
It looks like it did. It says 328.
Oh, so we can play it back.
Okay, so how do we play it back? Let's put our glasses on. And, yeah, well, what do we do, Frank? How do we play it back?
Never look back, John. Just go on with